Ambush the Game podcast. I know it's been a while since you last heard an episode from us, but we are back. So right now, I got a couple of my homies with me. Everybody knows Vic. Vic, what's up?
What's up? What's up?
And a longtime friend as well, another one this is his first time on the pod, but won't be his last time on the pod. AP, what's good, brother?
What it do? What it do?
All right, then. All right, so the topic that's been kind of rolling around in my mind, it's been hot on TV too, so when I tell it to you, you guys are going to already know what I'm talking about, but I haven't gotten y'all thoughts on it yet. So here we go. Deion Sanders left an HBCU to go to Colorado to coach.
Right.
I guess I'll go to you first, Vic. What is your initial thoughts of that?
My thoughts is, because I've been keeping up with it a little bit, the man is working on his career. So in the process of working on your career, you have to make moves that's better for you. So you can't answer to everybody and what they want and what they think. I would personally like to give Deion Sanders, I don't know if he'll ever hear the podcast, but hell, thank you for your services, sir. He opened the eyes up to the HBC. I think what they should do is try to follow up and move forward with what he helped establish down there and just do a better job at maintaining it. Sometimes you don't always need a celebrity to follow behind. You just need the structure and the rules and do what you're supposed to do as far as the school and move forward.
Okay. AP, you got any thoughts on it? Have you looked at that?
Man, I got a lot of thoughts on that.
Go ahead with it then.
This man has not been highlighted. This man, in his young career, tried to commit suicide on himself. If you follow and look it up, right?
Okay.
That man tried to kill himself in his career and found Jesus as he said, right? So everything that man done since then has been the betterment of himself and the people around him.
Okay.
They don't talk about that, right? So he had the show, that big ass house he had there. Mm-hmm. That man left everything. Then now he has a girlfriend, right? So they're creating. She lives in LA. He lives in where he's at, right? Was in Texas, and then went to Jackson State. But what they're not saying is that man put his own money up to pay for the facilities and everything at Jackson State. Okay. But they had guaranteed a contract with him that he get 30% of everything. They've been shorting that man money. They haven't been paying that man as they said. So they gave him a $1 million bonus and he had to split it. He already told everybody, look, I'm going to do what's best for my staff to pay them what they need to pay. Mm-hmm. That's it. So question yourself, would you take less or would you go for more?
I'm quite sure most of us will
say we'll go for more. Look, if you're getting wrong at a job, you're going to try to do what's best. That's it.
That's right.
That's it. 100%.
Okay, first let me go back. Let me give my opinion since we got your two. So before I start asking any questions, let me tell you where I fall on it. Okay. I do not fault him at all for taking the job.
Right. He preached a whole lot.
Yeah. Now, where I will say where some of the people's arguments and complaints fall, I see some validity there too. Here's where.
Okay.
You came out super strong on the HBCUs need more notoriety and people are not paying attention to the HBCUs. Mm-hmm. And that was one of your talking points. So some people feel like you came out so strong, you're going to make the HBCUs more noticeable and you here to say the HBCU to some degree and we're going to make the HBCU visible. But in 3 years, you done that and now you're gone. That is what the argument is. I do see some validity in that.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if he has shown you guys what you can do,
But see,
and then hold on, Pete. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
He has shown he did leave, but he has shown you what can be. Right? Out of the strength of his own, because we know that it has been documented. He was supposed to get 30% of the ticket sales. And he gave back half of his, the rumors say he gave back half of his salary to help do other things on the campus.
Yeah.
Now,
put his own money up.
He put his own money up. Now, the second thing is why don't more black people, whether you attended an HBCU or not, why don't you support?
We don't.
That's a very.
But see, here's the thing. Once he left, what a lot of people not looking at, the contracts are still there.
What do you mean?
4-year contracts with
What do you mean?
Nike. All endorsements are still there. I don't know the contingency plans that was in there, but he got contracts already in place with that school and HBCU.
So you saying whatever coach, which I think he has already picked who he thinks should be the head coach.
If you sign on the deadline, the contract is still there.
That's what I know, but it would be just a little bit easier for somebody that he's leaving behind to get that job and already know how it runs already.
Yep.
So so my second point was this. We know people, myself included, who have bought apparel for PWIs, which is primarily white institutions.
That's it.
So
That's
we
all
know here in our state that there's black people walking around with Alabama and Auburn gear, crazy.
Yeah.
And haven't attended not nary one class, some not even a game. Where was that money for, Miles? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What else am I missing here in the town?
Look,
Miles, who else? Lawson? Does Lawson have a sports? Lawson? Who else? I mean, Alabama State, A&M. So if you got Alabama and Auburn primarily gear, if you supported their programs by purchasing hats, jerseys, pullovers, whatever, and you didn't give nothing to an HBCU, I'm trying to find where your argument is against Deion Sanders. Am I wrong?
yeah, you're right, because me being from Alabama, moved to Detroit, Michigan for 10 years, I get the argument all the time when they ask me, like, you Alabama, Auburn? No, I'm for the state of Alabama. Period. This state. Go blue, but I'm for the state of Alabama. So how can you be against your whole state? Period. No matter the school, no matter affiliation, you should be against for the state of Alabama. Period. And that's what I always say.
All right, but do you have or have you purchased any
Nope.
Alabama,
Nope.
Auburn,
Nope.
Michigan
Nope.
apparel?
Yes.
Nope.
No to all three.
Nope.
Okay.
I have.
What about you, Vic?
Yes, I have.
You have Michigan stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
In fact, for the sake of
I'm a
100%
Raiders fan.
apparency, I bought a Michigan jersey 20 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
And the reason why I bought it was because I wasn't a Michigan fan, but it went good with a
What you was
outfit.
wearing that
Yeah,
day.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It fit
You
the
were
scene.
styling.
Yeah.
Right.
And I later gave that jersey to Vic.
Yeah.
So I have, but I wasn't supporting Michigan, but I guess in a way, indirectly, I did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I do have or had Alabama stuff. Now, let me also, in the spirit of transparency, let people know I did not graduate from Alabama or Auburn. I am a product of local community college.
Wow.
Jeff State.
Jeff State.
I think Miles is a regular
Jeff
four-year
State.
college. Yeah, Miles another HBCU that I have.
Shout
not
out to
supported.
Miles College.
Shout out, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to all the HBCUs in the state of Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about it is that I did not attend that one course on in the HBCU. I did go to the Jeff State Community College.
So did
and
I.
Then on to UAB. So I do have a ton of UAB gear, but that is where I graduated from.
That's right.
So I haven't given any money to any HBCU. So let's just be clear on that. But should I have an opinion on Deion Sanders' situation or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody should have their opinion.
First of all, he's a public figure. So, who else we gonna talk about? The lady standing at the bus stop?
Yeah.
So, we talk about celebrities. It come with the territory.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Lady at the bus stop.
Yeah. Miss Pearl.
Miss Pearl.
I ain't up on that, but yeah. Educate me on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I think also when it comes down to the Deion Sanders thing, if there is an opportunity that exists, right, with him going on to this bigger school, say a Power 5 school, that he can bring other black coaches in, right?
Is he doing that?
As he's doing now, and other black athletes on to the D1 top level programs too, right?
As such, he said in many interviews that, he won't, because he don't curse. He said, darn, he won't my darn coaches paid. Mm-hmm. If a Power 5, I'd take the Power 5. He said, give me 2 years with where I'm at now, because their O-line is so powerful that give me 2 years, but I want my coaches paid. As such as me. That man was not getting the money he should be had paid, but he had so much focus on him because he prime time, right? No other person stepped in that role as such as him. Period.
Now I was surprised. I don't know if you guys seen this, but I was surprised. I think it's Tennessee State University's president. Well, not the coach, but the president came out. Came out and said like he hope he fails, and he's also like a pastor or something. I'm like,
man, once you put that God factor in there, man, you got a lot of false. I ain't even finna go into it.
Well, we know what you're saying.
We always put that. We talking about the God and me and all that stuff. Man, that's false. If you looking for someone to fail, I ain't gonna quote no chapters, but I could, but I ain't.
Yeah.
So
we understand that's unnecessary hatred.
Yeah.
And one of the things that need to be spoke on is that we can talk about how we should be and what we do, but what the fact is, we prove certain things that we don't want to be stereotypical about, but a black man that's in a situation where he's over school, he's supposed to have religion behind him, and he's still doing the typical thing any other guy that was sitting at the house with a Modelo looking at maybe YouTube or the news and decide he want to shit on Deion Sanders.
That's right. That's shit. I don't care how you count it.
So it's even worse because we don't.
We hypocrite.
Yeah, we don't want us
to.
We don't want us to look like we ain't together.
Yeah,
but that's what he showed.
He showed it.
So we have to go with facts.
Mm-hmm.
So this is to the people when we talking and we having these open conversations. Don't give me that shit about we ain't our own worst enemy.
Oh yeah, because we are.
Don't give me that shit.
Yeah,
because we keep proving it. Deion Sanders did one thing that I looked at overall with the black college, with his success and his name and fame. He tried to basically help black people. So that's my overall.
But now they mad at him now for leaving. It's
well,
like, man,
see, here's the thing, and I don't mean to cut y'all off, but here's the thing. Some coaches go to college, they fire them the next year, 2 years.
Yeah,
your success record ain't good.
Mm-hmm.
He fired himself because if you look at the last video of what happened, he said, "Man, they done got dang after the game, they just stole my watch."
Mm-hmm.
They stole my wallet, all my credit cards. Yeah. And when he first got there, he said, "Man, look, put it out there. Somebody broke into my car. All I want back is that boom box because that's sentimental to me. They return it back.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They broke his son car.
Mm.
The last video, that man said, look, son, the look on his face was like, shh, I made up my mind, man. I done all I can.
Well, when we get right back to the subject that I was talking about not having a stereotypical label on us, we turn around and prove it again and again.
And even and just to back you up, I think I saw some issues where the president of Jackson State was part of the process of hiding the money from him.
Okay.
So telling him that the stadium was sold out, but then say the ticket money was at $30,000. But that's a issue that we won't never get the details 100% on because we're on the outside looking in.
That's true.
The greater point that I wanted to get to is that, man, we are, and Vic said it already.
Worst enemy.
And Pete just said it again. I'm gonna say it one more time. We are our own worst enemy. Even when we have success, we still find a way. Now let me tell you something. Just the fact that you were able to get a person with his status down to coach your school, it seemed to me that would have been enough to make the thieves say, okay, this is going to be off limits.
Yeah.
But you get him too. So this whole notion, when I hear black people talk about not getting any help, man, sometimes you motherfuckers show why you don't get no help.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I can't, if you get the guy down there, y'all go 27-5, two SWAC championships, and he's still getting his office broken too.
Yeah, and then they don't want him to play the last game. And I'm gonna be honest with
that's crappy, man.
I kind of figure he shouldn't be coach the last game because it's gonna be a shit show. I don't want to see on no TV nowhere where they booing this man again and doing shit that I don't agree with. Because even if he's leaving, just to be, I guess, mature about it. Okay, he wasn't gonna be there forever. I mean, what are you expecting?
They think that he motherfucker at Penn State, that coach that was there for goddamn 75 years. He ain't there. He told y'all that.
But you know what?
Coming.
That is a very good point. But guess what? Let's say
they goddamn vilified his ass last year because of his coach, the other coach that he had.
Yeah, they took it out on him.
Yeah. Right. That was it.
Now, you can pick it up and hold it just like being Vic holding if you want to. Okay. But just remember, just remember to stay right there in the mic.
But you know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about. But what I was gonna pivot to on that point alone, you talking about Joe.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is even if you had a black coach that stayed as long, so I'm thinking of Eddie Robertson now.
Right.
You have to die there.
Yeah.
Because if you move, let's say he spent 20 years in Jackson State, became a powerhouse in the SWAC.
Right.
Yeah.
If he try to do 21,
if he tries to leave, even serving 25 years, he was gonna still get booed.
Yeah.
It's like with us, once I know this ain't true with all of us, but I'm just speaking in generalities, right?
Yeah.
It seems like once we perform something for you, say for instance, your car went down, but I take you to work.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for 3 weeks.
Right.
Now a month. Now 2 months.
Now the day I changed.
In the second month, you say, hey, I say, I'm not going to pick you up no more. You got to do something different because this is putting a little bit more wear and tear on me.
That's right.
Then the hatred turns to me for not picking you up no more. It's like once we become dependent, we get mad when you take the product or the dependency, whatever we're dependent on, away.
That's right.
So, okay, you can't be satisfied with the notoriety, the new uniforms, and all the sponsorship. You still mad? You should be thankful, right? At least in my opinion. Or am I wrong?
No, man. Look,
100% right.
I get phone calls from my cousins and all that shit. Cash app, cash at me, cash at me, cash at me. And like, I know this free money I'm not gonna get back because now with Uncle Sam I got to pay taxes on it. So you're not looking at the parameters of me. You just worry about you.
Well, most people do that.
Man, look, I didn't stop all that shit. No, they cut my hours at the job. I can't help you no more.
Yeah.
Because you know you're not going to get it back. So the love that you show people, like he did, that's a metaphor. The love you show for people, let's use Cash App as you ain't going to get it back.
And
they're not gonna get it back.
That's true.
You ain't gonna get it back.
That's 100% true.
Chris can tell you, I've done things for people, fortunately, and I got burnt.
Yeah,
Still
we blessed.
getting burnt.
We blessed.
But I try to live through it, and that hardens me up to not do certain things for other people because I just look at it as real as you can get it. If I gotta work and get it for myself, then you have the same opportunity. So there's no sympathy, there's no nothing in me to even start that type of shit, because it's kind of like if you go somewhere and you meet strangers. If you don't represent yourself as who you are and you try to be nice, then they typically take you like that, and then it becomes like they looking at a weakness. So don't even start that shit. So, okay, I've done some things. I helped some people. Mm-hmm. But then I know how to step down. You got to do this shit yourself.
I 100% agree. I think I am definitely at a point now at 51 where if you're in need, I can basically not hear you whimper and cry. I can overlook it.
Yeah.
Simply because you know that there's not going to be a return on it.
Mm-hmm. True.
You also know that if you do it once, you're going to have to
possibly do
it again. Just like AP
said. What they say, RIO, return on investment?
Yeah.
You ain't going to get it back.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing, man. I hope, man, I hate using the word hope, but I would certainly love to see Deion Sanders be successful at Colorado and show, and also along with that success, show that he's still pulling black athletes through the system like he did.
That man already showed them. They're two sport. That's why him and Bo Jackson was the only two athletes that played baseball and football in the same year.
I just,
but
it's the hypocrisy of it all.
Everything's hypocrisy.
It is.
I mean, this is a conversation that we're having nationally that I think we shouldn't, because it goes back to what Vic said, man. Other prominent black professionals, coaches, I just don't see how you got some negatives to come out and say publicly. If you do have a concern, that shouldn't be on social media. Not at your level.
Yeah. Not
at your level. So again, if I was somebody other than black and I'm seeing this, I'm like, my opinion would be like, them always got something going on.
Petty.
Yeah. They stay at it with each other.
I did see a YouTube video.
Petty. I can't say it enough, man.
I did see a YouTube video with Ricky Smiley speaking up in defense and basically doing what we're doing now to voice his opinion about how the black people should be appreciative, because that's the word. Appreciate what that man did and try to move forward and continue the success that they had. Deion was just a coach. Mm-hmm. You got a whole school. Yeah. You got the whole goddamn team, and you got kids coming after them.
And he got his kids there.
So what, y'all just gonna fail just because Deion gone? You just gonna get the fuck up?
That's where a lot of them seen it.
Y'all was failing before he came.
I'm telling you,
in 3 years.
Though.
Shit, they were failing before he came.
He showed me like the mentality, and I know it's not true with all of us, but it's that woe is me shit. It's like, I can't do nothing unless you give me.
Yeah.
I can't fucking stand it.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you should be happy for the successes that you had for those 3 years and the things that he brought in, and learn from what did he show you that you wasn't doing before that now you can.
Because they still got other schools. They got other schools that didn't have a Deion.
I just thought of something.
So y'all got a leg up.
I just thought
they do have a leg up.
Yeah. What's that?
I don't know if I should say it, but
well, you ain't gonna
have a daddy in my life.
Okay.
He was daddy for them for 3 years.
Yeah.
Teaching, preaching, hopeful, successful.
Yeah.
That's it.
Gotcha.
Now daddy gone. But daddy left you with knowledge, teaching, and all that.
Dad left you with a blueprint. You ain't got no strong uncles around.
That's a good point. Very good point. Because unfortunately, me and Chris grew up without a father.
Mm-hmm.
We 4 grown men now. So you have to, at some point, decide that you're gonna be able to make it. You're gonna be able to keep pushing. So there you go.
Right.
Sometimes it is as simple as that, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever grievance. So listen, again, I say what I said at the beginning of this pod. I'm not saying that the people that have concerns shouldn't have any concerns. I'm saying simply that should those concerns been nationwide, should you all have been crying on the shoulders of anybody that would listen? If you have had 3 successful years and you hate to see your coach go or your mentor go or daddy go, everybody can understand why you would feel that way, because maybe those successes are now gone. But did you not learn anything
For those 3 years.
and at least say publicly that
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it?
Thank you.
Thank you.
At least
You
that
done
much.
brought all these contracts that he left behind. They're binding.
They got everything he promised them.
They got the contracts.
They got everything he
Nike,
promised
all
them.
that stuff.
As far as I
Man,
know.
Come on, man.
Mhm.
They got the notoriety. They got the wins.
Come
They
on.
got the new facilities.
Come
They
on.
got to upgrade
Out of his
with
pocket.
certain things. So all you got to do is just continue to move forward with that.
And you wouldn't even let him coach. He won the championship. He went back and won the championship, the SWAC championship.
Hold
But
up.
they got a bowl, some sort of game that was coming up
Yeah.
in Georgia, right?
Hold
And
up.
Yeah.
And they said you can't coach. I'm like, man, that's
Hold up.
trash, man. That's so trash.
That's
to me.
that's the nature of the beast, though.
Hold up.
Okay, hold up for what?
But everybody forgetting about that man almost died when he got his toes amputated. When he was locked in the hospital.
Yeah, we remember that.
And he went back to go coach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And he went back to go coach.
Yeah,
So
that don't count.
had that day he died, then what we talking about?
Yeah, the
Nobody
conversation
cares about that, man.
I understand.
Yeah.
But that's with his health and his family and
On the line.
everything.
Yeah.
On the line.
And
Yeah.
these are the reasons why the appreciation means so much. You know, you have an opportunity that you didn't even see coming, and then you got it, and
Now
he
you don't
could
appreciate
have chose another school.
That's true.
it. After the fact.
So
That's true.
I would not sit there, even if I was one of the team players, young college student.
Or which someone walked out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had the attitude. I think at the most, man, I probably would have walked up to him in the most public way that I could and tell him thank you in front of everybody.
Yep. But it
Yeah,
goes to
it
show
ain't-
if they
it ain't
cussed
gonna
him
go
out,
there.
P. If they cussed him out,
Oh, you ain't gonna make it to the NFL.
because
No,
if
you
I
ain't
was an
gonna go
NFL scout, I'd be like, wait a minute,
No,
man.
you ain't going to NFL.
You ain't got no level
You
of respect.
playing to go
You
to
know,
the NFL.
I'm gonna be
And
honest.
you gonna do this publicly?
Yeah, and you
Don't
got
wink, wink,
you.
no.
You
I don't
wearing
care
the new
how
uniforms.
good you are.
Yeah.
You eating the food that he purchased.
Michael Strahan bought all them uniforms.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Coach said we gonna walk in grace.
That's right.
That's what you get. That's,
And then that's what you get.
That's
That's
not
what-
taught. That's learned.
Hey, what? Hey, what?
Humility,
Yeah,
man.
well,
Humility.
that's
Shit, boy, I'm telling you.
that's the
You gotta
appreciation
humble
you get
thyself.
when you coaching, and that's no disrespect to the players, but for the ones that walked out, I don't get no fuck. These them mammy boys,
Yeah.
them mammy boys, they got an attitude and shit just like they mammies. And
Oh,
as
mama
far
and
as
grandma kiss him on the forehead, tell him thank you.
grown, mature men, even though these are young men, I'm gonna give them
Can't
the
even
same
change the
thing.
tie.
They should have all what are understood. It's just like when we was growing up. You know who got the most respect from me in my whole life?
Who that?
Grandfathers.
Mhm.
They was knowledgeable. They ran shit, and they always was teaching you. So once they gave you that knowledge, how could you not appreciate it?
I thought it was. I'm
Eat
gonna
from the
end.
drunk uncle sometimes.
I'm gonna
Sometime.
end with this right here. I think that was very poor taste of those gentlemen, those young men. To if you shared 3 years with him and you got the victories and all the perks that he brought with him, you enjoyed with that.
Smile in his face.
Yeah, you was on some of those videos
That
dancing
is
and
bad.
everything else.
Yep.
And then that's what you got for him. This says a lot about who you are, and it
How you
also
was raised.
on a larger scale shows the world how we still have a lot of internal issues to work through. And on that note, I'll say, hey, we'll see y'all again. Ambush the game. Question everything you think you know.